Welcome to another training session of TIA Portal. In this tutorial, we will see how we can establish communication between G120 drive and our S7300 PLC via profibus. Before starting today's session, I would like to request you guys to please subscribe to my channel and also put your comments down in the comment sections. So let's start today's session. Before starting, I would like to tell you one thing that I have included all the projects, all the manuals and GSD file and the TIA portal project for this particular tutorial in one package, and you can download these files from the download link in the description box. So as you can see that this is our today's setup, and we have a G120x drive which is connected to S7300 PLC via profibus, and we have connected or coupled these two things with a profibus cable, and a one motor is also connected with our VFD. Now quickly we will go to the TIA portal, and here we have to create a new project, and we can give it any name. I have given it G120x DP. And after creating our new project, we will go to the project view, and here we have to add our CPU. So to add our CPU, we will click on add new device, and it will quickly load the list for the available CPUs. And we will go to the controller section, and we will open CPU 314, and we will add it in our project. Now it is added in our project, and we will go to the device and networks. We will arrange our things a bit, and to add our drive, we can write its part number here in this section, or we can simply write G120X and search for the DP option. And this is PN, which means Profinet, and we are looking for the DP, which is Profibus. We will just drag and drop this drive here, and we will connect these pink points, and it will establish the Profibus communication between these two modules. Now quickly we will open the properties of the CPU, and we will go to the DP interface, and here we will check once its Profibus address, which is 2, and similar way we will go to the DP interface or Profibus address of the G120X drive, and which is 3. Now we will open our G120X drive properties, and we will drag and drop standard telegram PZD 2x2, and it is the widely used communication standard. And here this standard has 2 inputs and 2 output words, and the output words are starting from 256, and these words will be used to control the VFD. And the I address, which is the input address, and these addresses are basically the status words of the VFD. Now we will go to the functions, and we will add a function here. As you can see right now, we are inside the FC1, and we will change its name to G120X so that it is easy recognizable. G120X drive DP. Now here function, we have to create some move instructions, like to stop the motor, start motor, reset, and the frequency reference. But before this one, we have to create some inputs and outputs. So we will go to the input, and we will create some input tags, which are stop, start, and reset or acknowledge fault drive. The other thing is that all of these tags will be the boolean, and now we will create a frequency reference, and frequency reference will be word. Now we will create control word and the speed reference word in the output section. So these control output words will be linked to the control word of the VFD. Whatever we will write in these two words will go to the control word of the VFD. Okay, now we are good to go, and we will go back to the ladder logic. Now in the network one, we will add start motor command, and we will use move instruction here, and we will move 047E, which is the code to stop the motor, and this code will go to the control word. Same way, we will now write the code for starting the motor in the forward direction. So simply we will copy and paste the network one here, and simply we have to change the addresses. Now to stop the motor, the address is 047F. Now to reset, we will just select reset bit and change the code to 004FE. All of these codes will go to the control word of the VFD. Now for the speed reference, we will select our frequency reference word here, and it will go to the speed reference word. Okay, now we have written our program. Now we will go to the OB1. We can just drag and drop here, and it will create a single block here. We just have to connect the inputs and outputs in this. So this particular network will be used to run the G120x drive. As we have seen that our control word is starting from PQW256, and the speed reference will be the second word, which is 258. For stimulation of start and stop bits, I'm using only the internal bits M1.0, 1.1, 1.2. Okay. For the speed reference, I'm using memory word 2. Now quickly we will rename these tags so that it is easy to use them in the program. Okay, now we have created our program. We just compile it once to check if there is an error. There is no error right now, and we will load our program in our CPU. Okay, we will select our profibus channel here. Let's try it again. Okay, we will search here, and it has detected one CPU. We will load in it, and we will run our CPU and monitor it. As you can see that our communication has been established, but one thing that we have to set the parameter 918, which is the node address, and we have to set the profibus address of the drive to 3 in this VFD. Okay, I have already configured this address to 3, and that's why communication has been established. And as you can see that if I modify the speed reference a bit, I will change it to 1000. Right now it is not modified, and it will be modified once if I start the VFD and use. As you can see that If I trigger the start command, it has started the VFD in the forward direction, and if I trigger or stop command, it will stop the VFD. Okay, or as you can see that if I change the reference to 750, it is 171 RPM. As you can see that if I triggered the start command, it will again restart our motor. Okay, now motor is stopped because already our stop command is true, and now if I again trigger the start command, it will start the motor. Now we will stop our motor by triggering once the stop command. Okay, so this is how we can start and stop the motor in forward direction. So that's the end of the today's session, and this is the two-part series video, and in the next video we will see how we can read the status word of the VFD. So that's the end of the today's session. I hope you like it, and before leaving, please go to my channel and check out some interesting videos which I have created over the last 1 year. Please subscribe to my channel, and till next video, take care and goodbye.